Well, it's a cold, dreary day here, about, I think, 40 degrees, and I just function tested my system actually for the first time, pressurized with water through it and everything. And a few little oddities happened. The first, of course, was I went to open my main valve there from the tank, and I didn't have that valve stuck on the drain line, so I started dumping water out there. So I shut it off, slapped that on there. It's not glued, it's just set on there to keep it plugged off. This is all gravity flow, so there's no pressure. Then it started leaking like a sieve at that union there. That's because I didn't have the union shouldered up all the way. I thought I did. I had it handy, but it wasn't. I actually had to put wrenches on it because it's got dirt and grit in the threads, but I got it shouldered up with the wrenches. Finally got it all set up to kick on. I've got several leaks where the threaded connections are going into the top of the valve. Doesn't surprise me. I didn't use thread tape because I'm a dummy. But they're not bad leaks. They're real slow drip, so I'm really not concerned about it. And when I first kicked it on, this number one valve here dumped out water a couple times. I guess it wasn't quite fully closed. And these valves are designed to fail closed. So since it's not hooked up to anything, it should be closed. But I guess it was probably a little dry or something. But it only dumped a couple times, and then it sealed up all the way and stopped. So then my system actually kicked on, and it opened up the second zone. Now I have these rigged up, the beds. This bed here is zone 2, zone 3, and zone 4. Zone 1 is this valve that's not hooked up to anything, and it's the one that's going to run out through here and go out and do the fence. So it's not hooked up right now. So I had it set that zone 2 should kick on at 2:15 p.m. and run for 2 minutes and then shut off, or so I thought. And zone 3 was supposed to kick on at 2:30, zone 4 at 2:45. That's because the programmer will only let you set start times every 15 minutes. Well, what happened, zone 1 kicked on at 2:15, ran for 2 minutes, and then shut off, and zone 2 kicked on, ran for 2 minutes, then shut off, and zone 3 opened. So zone 3 opened at 2:17, ran for 2 minutes, and then zone 4 opened at 2:19 and ran for 2 minutes. And then my programmer's flashing telling me that the next start time is going to be 2:30. So I imagine it would have at that point repeated that cycle 2, 3, and 4 for 2 minutes each. So I'm not really sure why it did that. I guess I'll have to read through the manual and see. My understanding was that as you're going through the unit and you set your program times, well, here I'll even show you. As you're setting your program times, you can set a time for each zone. Okay, so see, if we turn it to start time, okay? Now I've cleared all this because I was angry, but let me set my book down here and I'll show you. Got my cookbook out here so I can figure out how to make a crock pot, make some chicken for dinner. My wife started a new job today, so I'm at home with the baby and gotta cook dinner. Okay, so zone, I had it set, you can see, you probably can't see that, but that's set over to zone 2 now. And you can set when you want your start time to be. Now by default it starts at 12 a.m. just for fun. See, it changes in 15-minute increments. But this is for zone 2 on program A. Each program runs 4 zones. You have 3 programs, so up to 12 zones. You can run the programs consecutively. You can run program A, B, and C all at the same time. So in theory, I suppose you could run, I'm not sure if it would let you run 4 at a time only, or if it lets you run on 12. But I'll figure that out here with some more tinkering. Anyway, so see, this is set for zone 2, start time at 1:30. And go over with the arrow. Now I'm on zone 3, and you can set an independent start time. You can set it the same as zone 2, different, whatever, it doesn't matter. But you see that with each zone, now we're on zone 4, you can set